Hey there, I'm Sally. We're going to talk today about the top 5 reasons to have a dog and the top 5 reasons not to have a dog when you're traveling as a full-time nomad. But before we get into that, um, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you think you have, please double check. YouTube has been unsubscribing people, and nobody knows why that is. It's just been happening. So we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Like if you find anything in here that you like. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you find out what's coming up next all the time. Because I've got 10 different topics I want to talk about. Doing it completely from memory isn't going to work, so I've actually got some notes on my screen we're going to be using. So thanks for bearing with me with that. So we're going to start with the top 5 pros and cons, and then stick around to the end because I'm going to let you know what my decision is around having a dog in your RV life. So top 5 pros. Number 1 is company. Traveling can be lonely for some people, but when you've got a dog by your side, you always have somebody and a buddy to share your adventures with. Plus, they never complain about your taste in music or your navigational skills. Exercise, and this was one of the big ones for me. Dogs need exercise, which means that you'll need to get outside, no matter what the weather is, and explore the great outdoors. Whether you're going for walks or hikes or swims, or whatever it is that you want to do, having a dog will help keep you active and help keep you healthy as well. Security is a great benefit of having a dog. They'll bark to alert you, and oftentimes just having a dog by your side means nobody's ever going to try and mess with you or your rig. You can count on your furry friend to always have your back. Have some treats to, reward them with. Routine. Dogs thrive on routine. And fortunately for me, so do I. Having a routine means you need to establish a daily routine for feeding, for walking, and for playtime. But don't worry, having a routine can make you feel more grounded and more in control of your life on the road. And number 5, cute Instagram photos. Let's be real, the internet loves dogs, and having a furry travel companion means you'll have endless opportunities to take adorable photos and share them on social media. Hashtag RV life with a dog? Yes, please! Alright, so how about some cons? Because there are some. Let's start with pooper scooper duty. Nobody likes picking up poop, but as a dog owner, it is your responsibility. Please don't be one of those people that leaves your poop behind, even if you think there's nobody around. And when you're traveling, sometimes it can be tricky to find a good spot to dispose of what you just scooped. Have plenty of bags around. Limited space. Living in an RV means limited space, and adding a dog to the mix can be challenging. You got to make sure you have enough room for your dog to move around and be comfortable. And no, you can't just keep him in the bathroom. And in addition to space for your dog, you got to have space for all the stuff your dog needs. Food, bowls, leashes, clothing if they have to wear clothing, and so forth. Expenses. Dogs can be expensive. Dog expenses include food, vet visits, grooming, and so forth. So if you're on a super tight budget, that could be a big deal. Make sure you factor in the extra expenses. Number 4 is going to be travel restrictions. Not all places are dog friendly. Can't understand why. So you got to do some extra research before you go out to some attractions, some parks, especially national parks, and some beaches may not allow dogs, so make sure you plan accordingly. Bad behavior. Dogs can be unpredictable, especially in new environments. You never know how they'll react to strangers, other dogs, or even the sound of the wind blowing. Just be prepared to deal with some barking, some whining, or other less than ideal behaviors. So in conclusion, if you choose to have a dog, you need to be committed to the dedication that's needed to care for him. I highly recommend socializing him even if you spend most of your time alone. Do take him as many places as possible so that he can get used to being around other people and other dogs. Having a dog, let me introduce you to Kit here, can provide you with company, exercise, security, routine, and cute Instagram photos. One very real thing if you spend a lot of time alone can be separation anxiety. That can be overcome in time, but it requires a lot of attention. Kit and I are actually working on that. For me, the pros outweigh the cons, and I wouldn't trade my new guy for anything. He's brought me so much joy and laughter and love to my nomad life, I wouldn't have it any other way. So, let's talk about where Kit came from and how he got to be part of my life. Kit was picked up on the street in Yuma, Arizona, and taken to the Yuma Humane Society Animal Shelter. It's a no-kill shelter, by the way, which I think is awesome. And he ended up only being there for a couple of weeks. The first day that he went in, one of the workers tried to give him a bath. And he was wriggling around. I know, hard to believe right now since he's falling asleep as I'm holding him. But he was wriggling around trying to jump down from the bathtub, which was, fairly high up off the floor. So the worker grabbed him around the middle, surprised him, and Kit turned around and snapped at him and bit him. Not a seriously damaging bite, but still bit him. And so one of the rules is he had to be in quarantine to make sure that he wasn't going to turn out to be a problem. So I filled out my adoption application, didn't know anything about him at this point. Filled out my adoption application, had my interview, and then I went over on a Saturday to go see the dogs that were in the shelter. Thank you. You're so cute. You are. You're absolutely adorable, dude. And so I walked through all 4 buildings at the shelter, and there was honestly no dog that actually appealed to me. Walked back out to the front to talk to my adoption counselor, and we're chatting for a minute, and another worker comes out holding on to Kit. And I looked over, and he came up to talk to my adoption counselor. I looked over, I said, "What's his story?" And so they told me what had happened with the bite and that he was in quarantine and he wasn't going to be available for a meet and greet until 2 more days. So I made an appointment to come back in 2 days so I could meet him and greet him. And so here's the real truth. The adoption counselor, who happened to be the manager that was in the meet and greet room with me, I said, let's just put him down on the floor, let him be on the floor and get comfortable for a minute before I try and interact with him. So she put him on the floor, but then she immediately started patting her knees to get him to jump up on her. I don't know what to think of that. It's like, really? Why don't you let me meet the dog that I'm coming to get? So he was actually kind of a little tiny bit standoffish with me in our initial meet and greet. He's completely and totally attached now, and so am I, so that's awesome. So I couldn't pick him up until a couple days later when they were able to get him scheduled with the vet to be neutered. They won't let him out unneutered or not spayed for a female. He's got all his vaccinations and he's microchipped. And I feel so bad for the family that lost him because I'm pretty sure what happened was he just escaped. Here, come on up here. Come on up here. There we go. I'm pretty sure he just escaped. I don't think they dumped him. He's way too cute and way too smart, super well behaved, completely housebroken, and I think maybe the smartest dog I've ever had. So Kit and I are looking forward to lots of new adventures together. And in fact, smartest dog, check out the reel that I posted yesterday, I think, where he learned how to count to Japanese, learned how to count in Japanese to the number 5 and then jump up in my lap. Pretty cute. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Hey, if you stuck around this long, please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.